You also think that vaccine procurement will be high on the agenda as well, along with technology, particularly given the global chip shortage that we're seeing at the moment. What discussions do you expect the two to have on those fronts?
Well, Matt, I used to be ambassador in Washington for no less than 4.5 years. And then during that period of time, I used to participate at, a summit meeting every year. And then every year, more than half of the time was spent on discussing North Korean related issues. I think this summit meeting is rather unique in my observation. Why do I say that? It's because this time, I think we expect our leaders to discuss more, spend more of their time on such issues like vaccine or batteries or semiconductors, et cetera, et cetera. So that is the reason why I'm thinking this, in fact, would be a rather, unique opportunity for Korea and then the United States. And Matt, I have to tell you, there are so many things we could be doing together between Korea and then the United States. We just talked about vaccine, and then, Korea did very well in fighting with the coronavirus so far. But now the name of the game is vaccine. So I'm pretty sure we out of this meeting will have something between Korea and then the United States, and I very much hope that it will be something more substantive. That is to say, rather than swapping up vaccines, that in fact would be a rather low level cooperation, but higher level of cooperation. Like Tom Frieden, he's a former director of CDC in the United States. And he talks about, Korea could be serving as a manufacturing hub for vaccine in East Asia. That kind of cooperation, I think, is something we should be.
Yeah, and that explains why Moon was actually accompanied by some of the vaccine companies here in South Korea, or in South Korea as well. I want to talk about China really quickly if we have a couple of seconds here. So Biden needs to send a message to China with this summit with the South Korean leader as well. How much of a delicate balancing act is it for Moon? And where do you think the two leaders go in terms of the conversation about South Korea potentially joining the Quad Plus? There is an invitation outstanding, right?
Well, Quad, some people just describe it as a kind of collective security institution. That definitely is not the case. Well, Quad, in fact, is a like-minded group of countries trying to cooperate with each other on issues of common interest. And then when I say issues of common interest, we already discussed about vaccine, we already discussed about battery, we already discussed about semiconductors. They are the kind of issues that are being discussed under the overall umbrella of Quad these days. And then there is a lot that we could be contributing on those issues. That is the reason why, in fact, I've been saying all the time that Korea must participate at Quad activities.